Hello, namaskar and adab to all my friends from your friend, astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel, Astro Assurance. Firstly, I need to apologize to all my subscribers and all those who regularly watch my channel, waiting for the next analysis, next prediction to come up, that I have not been able to be very regular for this month, and it has been for obvious reasons. It has not been so much about, the outbreak and people and the lockdown and all. It's been more about a lot of worried people and also people who have been going through some challenges in the last 10 to 15 days who have been calling me more, and I've started to get these calls in the last 10 to 11 days, most of them, especially because as Jupiter is getting closer and closer to the sign of Capricorn, it is getting closer and closer to Saturn. As we know that Jupiter's speed is much faster than Saturn. In fact, almost when you look at the orbits of Jupiter and Saturn, Jupiter is almost 2.5 times faster than Saturn. That's why Jupiter takes one circle of the zodiac or goes through all the signs one year in each sign, means 12 years to go through all the signs, whereas Saturn takes more than 29 years or roughly 29 years to go through, make one circle of the entire horoscope, or spend time 2.5 years roughly about each sign, and takes about 29 years to make one entire circle around the zodiac. So Jupiter is catching up on speed, getting closer and closer to Saturn, and because of getting closer and closer to Saturn with every passing day, when it gets into closer to getting debilitated in Capricorn, so it is passing through those navamsas which are a little trouble bringing also, as well as some of the nakshatras. So obviously there will be some heat felt of this conjunction which is coming closer and closer. What has been not so surprising for me, at least, has been that I'm getting a lot of calls from the women folk, or the females, or the better half of the fairer gender, if I can use the term, especially because Jupiter is a very important planet for women. Jupiter not only denotes the husband, or it is the karaka of husband, but it is also the karaka of children. And Jupiter is the most auspicious planet, and which also brings prosperity, knowledge, wisdom. So when Jupiter is getting more towards its debilitation sign, I found that a lot of women are also facing some anxieties, frustration, misunderstandings, are not able to take decisions which are wise, which are thought through, and a lot of decisions are impulsive, or in anger, or in frustration, or in hopelessness, rather than seeing the bigger picture. So a lot of calls that I'm getting are around those. A lot of calls are because of confusion, what to do, this has happened, that has happened, challenges at work, challenges with husband, frustration, ill health, anxieties and fears about this virus, their work position, their lockdown. So a lot of things are coming up, and so I can understand women are calling also. Second thing is that they are also calling because what happens is, when a couple spends too much time away from each other, more focused on work, and suddenly they get some time with each other, a lot of things which have been on the back burner, which have not been brought to the forefront to be discussed or to be talked, suddenly raise their heads. And so discussion goes around those things. This discussion goes around finances, about relations, about friends, about children. And if they don't get along very well, or they are not on the same page on important points of life, especially like finance, children, future plans and so forth, then of course there will be some tug of war also. And women tend to be a little more anxious about this, whereas men seem to be more cooler, maybe, or more chilled out in this. So obviously because of Jupiter's debilitation, it is understood why men are not so affected and women being so affected. If Venus was afflicted, it would have been the other way around. I would probably have got more calls from men because of Venus getting into challenges. However, what is the irony is, while Jupiter is getting into its debilitation sign, Venus is sitting in Taurus, all happy and very very strong, and bringing a lot of I would say not happiness, but definitely there is stability in income, in savings, and there is not too much rocking the boat from the men's side because of Venus being in stronger position. So that is the situation as of now. So far we have discussed 6 signs from Aries until Virgo. Today I am going to talk about Libra, and why I'm kind of talking all this as a precursor to getting into Libra is, one is to let people know that the situation is such that you may go through this, so no need to worry about. Take it as something which is normal, which is more about the planetary energies. Even the coronavirus, I made a video 4 days back on the virus. It is more about some very negative forces coming together, and in 2 months time these forces will wane. Of course, my analysis is that we will pay a very big price for this, from a life point of view, number of lives that will be lost, and also from economic point of view. Of course, we will pay the price, but I am not so worried about the economic price because we can always get back on our feet. It is the life price that we will pay is something which will be hurtful for a lot of us. So obviously these 2 months are a little trying months for a lot of us. So those energies will affect us, our mental capacities also. However, they will affect those more where people's emotions are attached a lot. Now a lot of people see Libra, because it is ruled by Venus, as a very materialistic sign. I see it the other way around. While of course I look at it from a materialistic point of view also, but I also look at it as a relationship oriented sign. Why? Because Libra is the 7th sign. 7th sign is about how you deal with the opposite party, how you deal with others, whether it's in a relationship or in friendship or day to day whoever you get in touch with, even in partnerships. And your ability to deal with those relations is what makes you successful in relations and in partnerships. So obviously Libra also carries that energy. Now for Libra natives, Venus rules your Lagna, and Venus also rules the 8th house, and it's placed in the 8th house. So while Venus is strong in its own sign, however 8th house means that there will be some challenge definitely from a money perspective, saving perspective, earnings perspective, and we are seeing because of this virus as well, the money part, the financial part is definitely getting affected, and a lot of people also worried about the stability. Now your 4th and 5th lord is Saturn. So Saturn is a strong yoga karaka or a benefic bringing planet for Libra natives. However, Saturn is placed in the 4th house itself. 4th house is the house of domestic happiness and mental peace, and also material possessions. Anything and everything that you have converted money into material possessions, whether it is houses, cars, land, jewelry, electronics, whatever you have bought, whatever are your assets besides liquid money, are denoted by the 4th house, and 4th house also denotes mother. So, and 4th house also is the karaka of heart and is also the mind, because 4th house natural ruler is moon. So I consider 4th house to be one of the most critical houses in the horoscope. Now Saturn is strong in its own sign. However, Saturn is not very happy in the 4th house because it is the naturally ruled by moon. So Saturn definitely brings some stability and steadiness when it goes into its own sign, but in the 4th house it also brings some strictness and wants people to follow the rules. If you don't follow the rules, because Jupiter is also getting into its debilitation sign, Jupiter rules the 3rd house of effort and also the 6th house of inimical things which are being played behind your back, or enemies, or loss of relationships. And Jupiter is also getting placed in the first week of April in the 4th house. So for Libra natives, April 2020 is an important month from a domestic environment perspective, largely domestic environment perspective, because of Saturn, Jupiter, and also Mars, which rules your 2nd house and your 7th house, getting into the 4th house. So your 2nd house and your 7th house lord is in the 4th house. your 3rd house and your 6th house Lord Jupiter is in the 4th house, and your 4th house and your 5th house Lord is also in the 4th house. So 2nd Lord, 3rd Lord, 4th Lord, 5th Lord, 6th Lord, 7th Lord, all the 5 houses between the 1st and the 7th, all their rulers, including the 7th house rulers, are in the 4th house, and 2 of them, Saturn and Mars, are very malefic energies, both of which don't like the 4th house, because 4th house is Cancer, so Mars is not very happy being placed in the 4th house. And Jupiter, while it loves the 4th house because it is the house of Cancer, sign of Cancer, however it is getting into its debilitation sign. So obviously all 3 very strong malefic natured, or Jupiter is not malefic, but when it's get into debilitation sign, it does bring challenges. So all 3 getting into the 4th house will create focus and challenges on the domestic front. All I can tell women is that please take this month easy, the month of April. Don't think too much about relationship challenges. Keep peace with your husbands, keep peace with your partners, be more forgiving. It's just a matter of time, because all this negative energy is going to be washed away. Why not be patient and be chilled out for a month and a half, maybe 2 months, and let the bad times pass? After that, things will be much better. So let the times pass, be patient, handle things better. Don't allow negativity from outside or because of planetary energies affect your peace of mind. So let that be. One of the important things for you is Venus, which rules your 12th house, and Venus also rules your 9th house. So 9th house of gains, foreign travel, and 12th house of waste and excess and also foreign lands is getting into, or is placed in your 5th house in Aquarius. And later part of the month, Mercury will join the 6th Lord, your 11th Lord Sun, and both of them are going to go into the 7th house. So later part of April, end of April, you will find that relationships and business dealing all will be under strongly focused. But initial part of the month, when Sun is in your 6th house, you may also find behind the back people working behind your back, which means people at work may, because it is appraisal time in April, people may want to override you or put you behind and race ahead of you. Even it means that they manipulate a little bit, they may try to do that, bring inimical force to work related or service related. So be on your guard, because later part of the month, when Sun gets into the 7th house, but in its exaltation sign, you will get better results, will get better gains from a work environment. Because Mercury also rules your 12th house and 9th house. For some of you, if you're working in foreign companies or with foreign clients, then definitely there will be a good time for you to put your best foot forward, and also maybe for increments, and also maybe necessarily probably a promotion if your planets are well placed in your natal chart. Which means if Venus is very well placed in your natal chart, your 10th house Lord Moon is well placed in your natal chart, then obviously you will stand to gain better than the others in end of April. So keep your fingers crossed, wait for the good times to come, let the negative forces subside towards the end of April, be peaceful, be calm, and take it easy, because some of you will be able to spend quality time with children, with 5th Lord Saturn also in the 4th house. Use this time to your advantage, spend quality time with them. We normally don't get a break, we crave for a break. Now this is a maybe forced break, so make the most of it. Chill at home, catch your peace, catch your sleep, spend quality time with your children, work out things, have lighter moments with your hobbies, rather than allow heavier stuff to rule your minds, and let the time tide. You will be in quite a okay space from a health perspective. Just anxieties and frustrations may catch your breath, so keep them at bay. So friends, this is my analysis for Libra natives for the month of April 2020. Please like this video, please share this video, and please subscribe to my channel. If you are looking at a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. And in this environment of the coronavirus, please take care of yourself, please stay home as much as possible. If you have to go out, please be careful of what you touch, be safe, and if you need medical attention, reach out for it immediately. So that's it, folks. Please till my other video, please give me permission. Namaskar and adab.